It's a carb rebuild. This is what I would call a short kit, similar to a short block kit. The Welch plugs are not included with this, neither is the intake fuel screen. It's upper and lower diaphragms, the actual pumps, the lever, metering spring, and the needle are included. There's two different size needle, and this is for a Walbro HD carburetor. Now, with all this, I'm going to take everything out, including the needles, low and high side, and blow this thing out, the carburetor out, with a carburetor cleaner. Make sure you spray in, remove the needles, spray into these holes, make sure the jets are working clean. Then through the seat portion, right here where the needle sets, blow through that, make sure that's working. Now, I actually had rust inside here where the crankcase pulse is at. Now, as you guys well know, on this particular saw, it was underwater, and obviously that crankcase water got into the carb also. So anyway, this is all, it's all been cleaned and blown out, and we're going to reassemble it. And big hands and small parts sometimes don't work well together, but we do the best we can. This all goes together like this. The needle hangs in the lever, the pin or pivot point goes through the lever. That all sits inside there, and this portion sits on top of the spring in the carburetor body. Try to keep my hands out of the way, my head out of the way where you can see. Okay. Alright, I think we're in there. I set everything in there, and I've got it trapped with my pointer finger. That's the index finger. And I'm setting the retainer screw in there. And then taking a Phillips screwdriver and gently starting this screw. I mentioned in the MS660 video that a carburetor is a machine unto itself, and that it is. Many components. Now, I have studied this in depth. There is a height that this metering lever is to be at, depending on your carburetor. You've got to know that. Now, over time, the end of that little fork wires, your needle and seat wire, the needle actually will stick in time, and all this has to work freely. Now, the way this works, obviously you get the pulse from the crankcase, and that actuates the pumps, and this is the pump side of the carburetor right here. You see those little flaps. Those actuate and pulse air through by way of the crankcase and move this, which meters the fuel into the engine. And this diaphragm has to work back and forth, and after a while they lose their elasticity and no longer pump properly. So that goes there, and then Next in line goes this piece, and there are alignment pins on each of these pieces that help you line it up properly. There we go. Now the metal disc goes on the inside, and there are tabs, and the tabs that I'm talking about are right here, and those tabs all line up on top of each other. And then the top portion and like I say, these are small, delicate, intricate screws. On the metering height, there are specs on that, depending on your carburetor, your make, and your model, and that can also be used to manipulate fuel flow, as in increase or decrease the flow, depending on your issues or if you're having issues. Alright, we loosely ran all those down. The carburetor in this position, which is the upright position, your longer carb adjustment screw, which would be for the low side, goes in there. And from this position, I'll run both of them all the way down to a light seat, and then I'll back them both out to a turn and a quarter. Get you in frame here. The low side is closest to the cylinder. That's the low side. It's the longer of the two on this particular model. I run that all the way into a light seat. The high side is always the one furthest from the cylinder. Run that all the way into a light seat, and then I'll back those both out to a turn and a quarter. And from there we may go probably, it may be just right, so it may not be, but all that depends on the performance of the saw. I got that in. Now the bottom side of the car, the pump side, here we go. So you got to figure out which way that goes. That looks like the best situation right there. And then our pump will go on top of that, and again lining up those tabs. Got that backwards. That goes against the carb, like so. Those must touch the carb. Now, and in the inlet, and you see both of those, your fuel inlet and the crankcase pulse, both face the same direction when they slide onto the saw. The carb slides on the saw, it's automatically lined up. Gently tighten that down. Now I've not messed with the idle on that, so when I fire the saw I should be able to go from there on the low side and then get the 4-stroke on the high side. And basically the Bing carburetor, the Walbro, they work the same. These principles do. Now a deeper rebuild would involve removing the Welch plugs and using the appropriate size punch to reinstall them, and also changing jets, that being on the larger carburetors. But as far as an overhaul or a short block or a short carburetor kit, that's the way it would be done. Thank you for watching.